I will. Hello and welcome. Just going to give everyone a few minutes to join. There's a lot of people coming in through the waiting room now. So if anybody's watching the replay, take a few minutes to get yourself settled, get yourself a drink of water, your notepad in case you need to take any notes. And if you do fancy it, you can have a drink of choice that you are attracted to, and just put it on the side. I don't want you to touch it yet. If you can restrain yourself for a little bit longer, that would be amazing. I'm just checking my emails, and I believe some people haven't got the link, so I'm just making sure that I get everybody. Hi Katja, we've got Germany on the line. Please do let us know where you're dialing in from. Use the chat. We're using the chat box tonight. Let us know where you're dialing in. And if you are brand new to tapping, please let me know. I'm going to ask everybody to mute. I'm going to mute everybody. Excellent. So where are you? Hi, Louise. I've got some of our EFT practitioners, which is awesome. And who's brand new to tapping? It would be amazing to see if we have extended our reach into brand new tappers. Gio in Dublin. Gus, brand new, darling from Edinburgh, welcome. Pamela in Dundalk, brand new. Someone in West Yorkshire, Lynette, brand new to tapping, amazing. In Moat, hi Siobhan. Someone says me. Laura made it in from Brighton, excellent. I'm just going to do a quick check on the old technologies to see if I've missed anybody else. Hopefully we've got everybody in now. Hi Susie in London. Oh, Mel. Melanie is me. Hi, Melanie. Kate, brand new from Cork. This is wonderful. Delighted to have you here. Really exciting to be with everybody. And the fantastic news is we have had, let me just double check now, 56 people sign up with a donation of £359, which is just awesome. So huge thank you to everybody for that, because oh, Mel was one with the payments. Yeah, payment problems. We got you in. You're here. Isn't that awesome? £359. I think the Alcohol Change UK team are going to be absolutely delighted with us. So well done, everybody. And lots of you donated more than the £5 as well. So that's obviously really appreciated. Thank you so much. I know it's not easy at the moment with, you know, the cost of living and everything. So really, really excited to have you all here. For some of you, this may be your first introduction to me. I'm not going to spend any time really introducing myself. I might do that in the email afterwards, because I want to just kind of get into the session tonight. But thank you for being here. We are going to get into a bit about what EFT is, because I do want to introduce you to this amazing tool. Many of us, some of us here are members of my community, and so they tap very regularly. Some have also trained in EFT, and you know, we're obviously in this world, but a lot of people are new. So I wanted to kind of bring you a little bit of information about this tool and how awesome it can be, and used in so many different ways. And I don't even have time to go into it all, but I'll give you a taster tonight. So we're going to have a chat about that. We're going to tune in a little bit. We're going to talk about alcohol cravings and why we have these connections with alcohol and what these connections actually are. And then, oh, hang on a second, sorry. We're going to do some tapping together. Now, we might do tapping in multiple times. And I want you to really use the chat box to help me connect to what's coming up for you and as a group. We're going to be doing this. This is a live co-creation. I've not pre-planned anything about what we're going to tap on. This is what is coming up for all of us in this moment. And we're going to use your feedback in the chat to help us do that. And then we can have a bit of Q&A at the end, a bit of feedback, any questions that you might have. And tonight, again, we're doing this in support of Alcohol Change UK. And I can share more about them in the follow-up email as well. If you didn't get the email for this event, it could be because you haven't verified your email address. So Kajabi likes to send a separate email to sign you up and subscribe you so that you can get those emails. So if you haven't done that yet, hopefully you'll be able to find that verification email. And if not, please message me directly and I will manually send you the replay email, okay? Because I just don't want you to miss out on the replay. So a little bit of housekeeping before we start. I want everyone just to take responsibility for our own feelings and emotions that come up tonight. Everything shared here is confidential. So anything that you share in the chat, you know, I'm not going to be sending the chat transcript anywhere afterwards. This is all going to be kept together with the people who've signed up for this event. Just so you know, with tapping, it is natural for memories to surface. And in fact, it is really good and positive when memories appear, because as a practitioner, we're looking for memories that have caused a particular belief or decision or an emotion to arise and surface. And sometimes these events are traumatic, like they could be car crash type situations, like really kind of physically traumatic, or they could be more emotionally traumatic. The difference between these would be kind of big traumas, small traumas. Sometimes the most insignificant event in our lives actually turns out to be really significant in the lasting impression that that has had on our belief system. So if something comes up, it may feel uncomfortable because it might be something you've not connected with before. It might be something that has been hidden from you in the past. And tapping has a way of doing that because it creates safety in the body. Therefore, memories often arise because they feel that it's safe to do so. If a memory comes up for you, first off, I would write it down for yourself, because it's something that I think is worth coming back to. If your brain is presenting you with this memory, it's for a reason, and it's to support you on your healing journey. We can talk a little bit later about what you might want to do with that. If you can continue tapping and it's not too traumatic and painful, then please continue tapping with us. And the tapping is reminding you that you're safe and that it's safe. You're safe here now in this present moment. So bring your mind back to the present moment rather than that memory. So take a note of the memory and then try and come back and follow what I'm saying. If you find that that memory is overwhelming and that's a bit too difficult, and you're struggling to focus on what I'm saying, perhaps put me on mute and tap along the points. You can continue tapping with me and say, I'm safe. I'm safe now in this moment. I'm safe here in my room, in my home, or wherever you are. And then if you'd like some support, you can reach out to one of my helpers. So tonight, I'm just going to move on to the next slide. Tonight, we have 4 helpers. Now, you might just, girls, stick your names in or give a wave if you can see. We've got Joanne, Nicola, and Grace at the moment, and perhaps Michelle as well. I'm not sure if she's joined in the last little while. But if you feel like you want some support, just to share how you're feeling and get some support from a professional, then these are the names of the people you can direct message, or just send a message on the chat to everyone. Just say, I need a little bit of help, or can someone please talk to me? And then someone will send you a message. So this is not to kind of scare you, but it's just to offer you additional safety and support in case you feel uncomfortable at any time. When we're dealing with alcohol and drugs and cigarettes and even sex addiction and all that kind of stuff, we're dealing with really big wounds. You know, this is pretty deep stuff because we're soothing. We are connected to alcohol as a soothing mechanism, as well as all the conditioning that is, around us regarding alcohol. So we'll go into that in a little bit. So please be compassionate with yourself and get some support if you feel you need it. Have anybody any questions now before we go into this? So we're not drinking anything yet, and hopefully won't be drinking anything, but we shall see. So what is EFT? EFT, here's two technical explanations. Groundbreaking, I like that technique, combining psychotherapy and acupressure. So the acupressure or acupuncture is like a 5,000-year-old modality where we physically tap on parts of the body. Now, the acupressure therapy is more like pressing on those parts, but we do a tapping. And we tap about 5 to 7 times per point on these points, which we'll go through shortly. And basically, we're tapping while talking about how we're feeling. That's the psychotherapy part. So it brings together elements of exposure because you're thinking about something that you experienced. So you're bringing that to your mind. And remember, the brain doesn't know the difference between virtual and reality. Cognitive therapy and somatic stimulation. So again, working in the conscious mind into the subconscious mind through the physical act of tapping on the body. It is a powerful stress reduction tool. So if you take anything out of this tonight, even if it doesn't impact your alcohol, what it can do is reduce your stress. And not being stressed can impact your life in various multiple ways. Okay. And for some people, stress can lead to long-term illness. So by managing your stress as a whole, you're going to make better, better choices with clarity around what supports you best. And that could include a reduction in alcohol or drug use or cigarette use, etc. Is that clear? Is everyone okay with that explanation? If you have any questions, then drop it in the chat box. So we have a little diagram here, which is probably kind of, a bit hard to see, but we're tapping on parts of the body that are sending signals into the vagus nerve right up to the amygdala and the hippocampus in the brain. And these two centers govern our stress response, which is our fight, flight, freeze, and our decision-making and our reward, pleasure, pain area, which links to cravings. So it's really interesting that actually we can make a direct connection to the part of our brain that actually governs cravings. Now, the original research that came out around tapping back in Australia about nearly 20 years ago was around food cravings. And they had amazing success. And that success has led to EFT being researched over 100 times globally around the world, and is hopefully going to become a bit like the EMDR over the next few years, where it gets public funding, gets recognized by, I think, the American Physiology Association, by the HSC, the NHS, and other equivalents around the world. So that's where this is going, which is very exciting. The big impact that it has is tapping reduces the cortisol and adrenaline in the body, because we're basically hacking the brain to turn off the fight, flight, freeze response, which is the stress response, or turn off the desire, the craving. The reduction on cortisol happens very quickly. So you can go from feeling pretty stressed to feeling much calmer in your body. Sometimes people say they feel lighter, more grounded, safer, happier, etc., in a short space of time. And you will hopefully feel the impact of that tonight as well. So why is EFT so good? Why do we like it so much? So it pulls up what is bothering us. So it helps us to connect to these memories that have caused the current issue. So the current issue could be anxiety. It could be an over-reliance on alcohol. It could be chocolate cravings. It could be not wanting to exercise or feeling motivated. It could be procrastination. It could be people pleasing. These are all symptoms of something deeper, a wound that is deeper, often related to, in my opinion, not feeling good enough, not feeling loved, not feeling worthy, and not getting what we need. And mostly this will go back to the time frame in our lives of 0 to 7, when our belief system is created. So it allows us to get to the core of the current, so that there's a current manifestation or problem, which we can then access the origination of that. And it allows us to let go. It allows us to observe and acknowledge what we went through in that moment, and then allows us to let go. It allows us to change. It literally changes the pathways in our mind, which is why it's so good with cravings and the connection work that we're going to do. Because we've been just conditioned to hold on. We've been conditioned to believe what other people tell us, and we create false, very narrow-minded interpretations of reality as children. Now, this is not to spread blame or shame or judgment, because every single one of us does it. As a young child, we only have a very narrow view of the truth, and we interpret everything with a negative bias. So we are always looking for the negative in a situation to put in safety strategies to keep us safe. So again, this tapping allows us to go back, to rewrite those original beliefs and change those safety strategies, because all problems now were once solutions. Okay, what worked for us as a child may not be working for us anymore. And maybe a lot of us are here because our relationship with alcohol isn't working for us anymore. Something isn't right. And hopefully we can kind of reduce that connection tonight. EFT reduces our stress levels, which again is often a driver for us reaching for a drink. So looking at this mind connection piece, alcohol cravings are often linked to stress, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, and a desire for social interaction. Alcohol can also form self-medication. I mean, it's the only drug that is encouraged by media, by governments, by the past, you know, that we have just grown up seeing being used in situations all around us from very young. I think that's changing. I do feel like that's changing for children. But I mean, I just wanted to be 18 so I could drink. That was like my be all and end all goal of my teenage years. I'm hoping that that is not the case now. Fingers crossed. So we use it. We have been conditioned to use it to soothe ourselves, to make ourselves feel better, to suppress difficult emotions. Many of us come from the era where we were not allowed to have an emotion. We weren't allowed to express that emotion. And so we have bottled up a lot of negative energy within us. And how do we manage to live day to day without feeling that energy? Well, sometimes we soothe ourselves and we take things or we drink things in order to distract from that energy, to not feel that pain. Alcohol floods our brain with dopamine. So it's no wonder we are and can become addicted to it. Long after alcohol, our brain associates drinking with the reward of dopamine. Again, the hippocampus in the mind governs our reward center. So if we're giving ourselves this reward of dopamine, that's what we're actually craving, is the dopamine. When and because we've linked it to alcohol, we crave the alcohol. When we're exposed to a cue or a stimulus that triggers those memories, our brain begs us for more reward chemicals. Okay, so when something happens that doesn't make us feel good, if we have something new happens that triggers old feelings and old memories, what's the first thing we want to do? We want to go to that fridge, open that wine, have a beer, go to the pub. We just instantly, automatically, without thinking, move to the thing that we've done in the past that gives us the dopamine hit, gives us the reward. So it's not our fault that we have conditioned ourselves to want alcohol, right? This is just what has happened over time. And without getting too much into it, certain people benefit from us drinking alcohol, you know, a lot of people benefit. But do I benefit anymore? Ask yourself that. Do I benefit anymore from this liquid? I don't know if we do. I also think that as we get older, we're unable to process alcohol as easily or quickly. And so the hangovers can last longer and all sorts of things as well. So I think perhaps our body just says no in many ways, and maybe we're not really aware that we're saying no. So alcohol, these connections are huge. Every birthday, social occasion, congratulations, celebration, relaxation, stress, unwinding, a reward for our hard work, soothing and easing the tension in our body. Sometimes we use it to go to sleep, and then we have bad sleep. Every excuse and reason, exactly. It gives us confidence. It eases our inhibitions. It makes me feel free and happy, and I can dance on tables, and I never would without that. That's happened a few times. But at the end of the day, the crutch we have created with alcohol is linked to a wound, a gap, something we're trying to fill inside of ourselves. And that comes from not receiving ultimately the love, unconditional love. We may have been loved, but there's often condition as part of that. Unconditional love, affection, and attention when we needed it most, primarily at a young age. This goes deep. It goes further than just wanting a drink, and it starts in teenage years. As soon as we can have access to alcohol, we see all the grown-ups around us having it. We see them having fun. We see them soothing. We see it on the TV ads. It looks glamorous. It looks great fun. But what we don't, connect with and understand at that point is the feelings of loss of control, the guilt, the shame, the anxiety, the black holes. What did I say? What did I do? The mistakes we make. No one talks about those things. It's so glamorized. And I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. There's no judgment here. All of us have succumbed to this approved drug at many occasions in our lifetime. And it's okay in my eyes to decide I actually don't want to have a relationship with that anymore. I want to see if there's another way. Okay, so this is where we're going to start connecting in. So just taking a few moments now. Let's start with the first one. Okay, so we'll take these one at a time. I want you to connect in. What are the main associations or connections that you have between alcohol? What are you using it for? So if you need to, you can close your eyes and tune in and tune in like that. Or if it's at the top of your head, then that's great. So if you could share in the chat box, that would be really useful, because I'll be using this when we get to do our tapping. social. And is that confidence, Brianna? Social confidence? Or is it to fit in? Just letting a few more people in. Unwind. Yeah. Numbing, escape. Habit. Yeah, that was it for me. Total habit. Celebrations. Friday, 5 o'clock. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's a reward, isn't it? Oh God, I need to go back up here. They're coming in thick and fast now, and I need to catch these. Okay, so de-stress, habit, knowing, unwind, let go of something bothering me. So using it to let go. Okay, yeah, interesting. Relax, unwind, reward. Celebrations, rewards, fun. Yeah, to be fun, to have fun, to zone out. Yeah. Celebration, reward, enjoying the buzz. Reward, comforting. Oh yeah, I used to always use it to ease my period pain, actually. Yeah, it was a big and smoking cigarettes for some reason got rid of my pain. That wasn't a good habit. Habit. Yep, habit. Convince myself I deserve it. Yes, a reward. Deserve it. To forget. Yeah. Relax, numbing, any excuse. Confidence when out. Feeling sorry for myself. Yeah. So it's a little pick me up. Mood changer. Connecting with people more intimately. Work-life stress. Yeah. Love the buzz, the first glass of fizz. Yeah, the fake fizz doesn't have quite the same thing, does it? When during COVID our intake increased, it was all to do, oh my God, totally. We bought so much more alcohol when there was nothing else to do. Yeah, so when you're bored, to forget ongoing issues. Okay, amazing. Thank you, everybody. I think there's a lot of repetition. Yeah, boredom, work events, pressure to fit in. Yeah. Not wanting to come out with saying you're drinking. So afraid of being questioned. Afraid of judgment, I suppose, giving up. Nicola made your own wine. Oh, yeah. Gas. Yeah, I think Dave was considering getting a bit, making his own beer. I was like, oh no, no. Okay, brilliant. When do you crave your favorite drink the most? Is there a particular time of day, day of the week, or monthly, ongoing, recurring thing, or event? Friday, okay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so it's kind of Thursday through Saturday. 1 G&T. Saturday night and Sunday lunch. The old nice roast dinner with a bit of wine. Evenings before dinner. Or any day 5 if the kids have been hard work. Yeah, so 5 p.m. onwards. How do people feel about the mum wine o'clock thing? Because I think that actually, my personal opinion, that kind of justifies the drinking a little bit more. Cooking. Kind of goes into the reward thing at the end of the day, finish work. Teens doing homework and I'm doing supper. Yeah, teens doing homework. Oh my God. Trying to get my 6-7-year-old to do homework is a battle. After bedtime, after kids' bedtime, yeah. Weekends, evening cooking, cooking dinner, definitely wine o'clock culture, yeah. Any day at 5-ish. Yeah. Used to crave G&T as soon as the kids were in bed when they were really small. Hate to put it, it was my way of justifying it, especially when I was a new mum struggling. Yeah. And like, I totally, it's a tricky subject, the whole wine o'clock thing, because, what harm is there really in it? But if it becomes an everyday thing and a crutch thing, that can escalate, and the wine o'clock justification can take things in a more negative way. Okay, brilliant. And how are you feeling when you are starting to crave that drink? Yeah, the mummy wine culture just glorified it. Yeah, totally. It made it acceptable and almost like you're a fun mum kind of thing. Okay, so when you start to have a craving, how are you feeling? So Lynette, that says happier. So yeah, okay. So you're happy with the idea that you were going to be having a drink. Okay. Let me just move to my next page. Anxious if none in the house. Yeah. It's like a routine. We always eat supper together at varying times at sports, can finish at 8 p.m. When we get home, I do supper with a massive glass of wine. Yes, so kind of routine, isn't it? Okay, so we can feel the anticipation of wine or a drink. Yeah. Happier knowing that it's coming, maybe. Giddy. Desperation. Yeah, totally get that. Like dying to get downstairs from putting the kids to bed so you could open the wine. Anxious if none in the house. Yeah, that's a really good thing to connect into. Like if there's none there, what will you do? The battle between head and the heart. Very good to acknowledge that. Remember that the head is your ego, and your ego is shaped by your trauma. Your heart is what is your soul, and that should have more power and weight, but actually our brain has more power and weight mostly. Used to feel relieved that the reward was coming. Yeah. Anxious or edgy. Guilty. Disgusted. Yeah. Usually crave it when I'm tired, but sometimes just nice with a certain meal. Yeah. So feeling tired. Perhaps you have a connection of the energy that you might get from alcohol, because the sugar in it, it's going to give you a rush to fuel the rest of your evening. Relief with the first sip. Yeah. Yeah, the indecision, because sometimes it's like, okay, well, I'm allowed a drink Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then what if it's a Wednesday or a Sunday? And so for some people, it's like the Thursday, Friday, Saturday is just guaranteed. I allow myself drinks those days. That's fine. It's not a question. And then other times, like it's a Monday and it's like, no, that's that's a non-drinking day. Or then you might get into the will I, won't I, which is harder territory. Because there's no kind of fast rule. Overthinking and anxious, conflicted. Yeah. So you're looking forward to that zoned out feeling. God, who wants a drink right now? I'm even like, oh, I could have a drink now. Now my girls are asking, why are you having wine? Yeah, because like I think they just become more aware of it now. And like as children, I think our age group would never have questioned our parents over their drinking, would we? Like would never have said to them. Whereas kids now are kind of going, but why are you doing that? Well, my sister did question my dad's cigar smoking, and he stopped after her persistent badgering. Yeah, I didn't used to overthink it, but now it's a huge debate in my head. I know I will feel better if I don't. In the past, just irritable and impatient, or excited to see friends. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so how do we feel then after we get those first few drinks? How are we feeling? Are we feeling good? Those first few drinks. Excited. Let's see what we relaxed. Happy. Relaxed. Happy. I've just had a message that said kids are old enough, never thought about it, kids are old enough to be more influenced by the ease of access and frequency. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's difficult to hide it these days, isn't it? Relaxed, refreshed, that's interesting. Happy, relaxed, uplifted, chatty. Okay, so it's like quite perky. Guilty, ashamed, relaxed, relieved, relaxed and calm. I feel guilty when I drink now. More open, soppy, relaxed. I like that. Soppy. Calmer, definitely feel funnier. Relieved, yeah, relieved to just be connecting with that. First relief, relaxed, and guilt, questioning why I had the second glass. Feeling I can relax into the weekend. Content, eased, yes, feeling content. Pain eased. It's only the first 1 and 2 that I really enjoy. After that, I'm drinking for the sake of it. Yeah, so it's kind of then habit, isn't it? It's mindless drinking after those early drinks. Or you're just kind of going on with what's happening around you rather than connecting into what you need. Quieter mind, less overthinking. Yeah. That bloody ego. That's working overdrive. Connected to my old self. Yeah. Carefree and young. Yeah. I think we're covering so much ground here. Thank you for doing all this. Stress, more relaxed, calm, don't care. Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. Let go of the small stuff. Initially giddy, like a balloon being deflated, the stress being released. Yeah. Where am I going? Okay, amazing. Now, how do we feel the next day? Yeah, tired, guilt. Why do we feel guilt? It's because we feel like we've done something wrong, right? So we know that it's not good for us. Yeah. Worrying. Anybody ever black out and not remember what they said? I used to have that a lot towards the end. Fed up, unhealthy, sluggish, frustrated, headache and thirsty, yeah. Guilty for depriving my family financially. Yeah. So I'll let you into a little secret. My husband went on a walk with his dad on Sunday, and they went for a 10-mile walk, got to the pub at 4, and I think they were still there at last orders, and he stayed over in a hotel and then came back the next day. He is still a wreck today. 2 full days, feeling awful. Physically awful. I'm not sure emotionally, haven't probed. But can tell you didn't get a lot of sympathy from me. Poor man. Anxious, yeah, anxiety, big time. Brain fog. Knee feels fine. That's almost like a bad thing, isn't it? You want to almost feel something. Tired, guilty, ashamed, stupid. I told you so, yeah. And we're blaming ourselves, right? So there's a lot of blame here. Guilt and embarrassment. Telling myself I won't the next time. Yes. Yeah. That's easy to say, isn't it? Does a lot of that self-loathing. Cracking headache. What I could give my daughters if I hadn't spent money on wine at 12 and 15 pounds a bottle. Oh God, I know. And in Ireland, I don't know how much wine is, but the cost of it is extortionate. So it is becoming more expensive as a soothing tool. Anxious, tired, wishing the day away. Can we all put our money that we used to spend into alcohol into tapping sessions instead? And you'll save an absolute fortune in the long term. Trust me. Anxious, tired, wishing the day away. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Just waiting to go back to bed. Yeah, I had many of times of that on the weekend with the boys, just wishing I could go back to bed. Guilty that I said 1 glass, but always finished the bottle. Definitely forgetting things I said. Yeah. Eat badly the next day. Yeah, totally. So somebody asked me to add this in because she couldn't come tonight herself, but smoking when drinking. Who else gets the craving for smoking? Because I might be able to add that in. Financial guilt. Physically can't drink a lot anymore, so I get sick. Vomiting has reduced your intake. Yeah, well, that's your body telling you something, isn't it? Feel physically fine, but I suppose there's a guilt. While I don't drink big quantities, I still have a reliance on it. Yeah. I say some awful things. Yeah. So there's regret. That's not you. That's not who you are. Hard to show up the family the hangover, definitely. I used to be waiting till I could drink again. Yeah. I used to wait till 5 o'clock. There was a 3-month period. It was 5 o'clock every day, counting down the hours until I could drink again. Yeah, the smoking. I used to love smoking and drinking. I've managed to can that a few years back. Only time I smoked in the last 15 years was with the drink. Yeah, I used to smoke loads years ago and drinking my student days. Thankfully, it was long gone. Yeah. Yeah, every now and then I do indulge in a cigarette and it just feels awful. Like it tastes awful, but every now and then kind of still do it. Weirdly, I still get the craving and I've never been a smoker. I think it's partly from associated stress, people smoking and partying. Sex in the City, I don't think helped a lot of this, right? So we've got the cocktails and the cigarettes and anything else. Yeah, I'm going to blame Sex in the City. I gave up a 40-day Marlboro habit overnight. Why can't I give up wine? Wow, that's impressive, to be fair. 40-day Marlboro. Well done. I'm sure your body is delighted that you've done that. That's amazing. Okay, awesome job, guys. That is incredible. So much to go on. All right, so let's connect in with the drink or the thought of having a drink now. How badly do you want that drink on the scale of 0 to 100? So this is going to be how you gauge your craving. So let's see if we can share this. On a scale of 0 to 100, how badly do we want this drink? And if you can, tune into that craving in your body. Just acknowledge it. We're going to be tapping on so many different emotions. Where in your body are you holding this craving? Is there an emotion attached to it? Is there a color? Grace, 8 to 9. Yep, thank you for sharing. 8 to 9. So let's go 80% to 90%. And can somebody just go on mute there? I think there was somebody could go on mute for me. Thank you. I can't mute people right now. 75%, 70 to 80%, 85%. Yeah, so quite in the 70s plus, 70% plus. 50 for Laura. Okay, great. Let's see if we can reduce that again. 70, 50. 50, I'd say you could take it or leave it. The drink. Over 70, 80 is like, I really, really want this drink right now. 90%, yeah, amazing. Smell it, connect in with it. If it was a Friday and my friend's over, it'd be 90. Yeah, should have done it on a Friday night for Saturday night. I don't think anyone would show up. They'd be all out drinking. Okay, so if you can all just rate yourselves so that you know where you're at before we do this, and we'll check in and see where we're at in after a little bit of tapping, and we'll just see if we can drop that connection down. Yeah, maybe you might have to visualize. Maybe for the people on 50, tune into Friday night. You're about to get ready to go out to see some friends. Okay, so would you be having a little wine at home while you get dressed, get your makeup on, that kind of thing? Let's have a think about that. So are we ready to do some tapping? So I'm going to first, I'm actually going to stop this share so that you can see me better. Okay, I'm going to close the chat. Okay, awesome. Gus, thank you for sharing. Okay, Maybe for those who haven't got a very strong craving right now, think of a time when you were really excited to go out to a gig and have a lot of drink, or there was a very stressful time and you were dying for the day to finish so you could get to the fridge to get your drink. So if you can't connect, at least to 50%, then try and bring that into your memory if you can. Up to 90 for a Friday. Yeah. Okay. Especially since Friday's the trigger, isn't it? The start of the week. Let's imagine it's Friday. Okay, so demonstrating the points. We're going to start at the beginning with a tapping on the side of the hand. Nick and some of the tapping girls also have their videos on, so you can, if you wanted to as well, you could have a look at them tapping. And then we go to the top of the head. Now, if any of these points are uncomfortable at any point, feel free to skip them. We're going to be tapping a lot, so we will be tapping on all parts of the body. So we get the top of the head, which is like the crown. I use my 4 fingers to do that. Then we have the start of the eyebrow. Now you can do 2 hands, left hand, right hand. There is no, doesn't matter. Both are good. Then side of the eye. We're going to be tapping multiple times here. You're going to get the hang of this. Under the eye. Now this is on the eye socket. I don't want you tapping on the cheek. It's under the eye. That's why I have my glasses off today so I can reach it. Under the nose. On the chin. And then we have the collarbone points. So this is really good for anxiety, these points. So just feel the collarbones down to where they almost meet, and then move down a little bit. And there are your points. Okay, so not on the bone, but just below, like an inch or so below. And usually I do 2 hands here. These link directly to the kidneys. So really, really good for anxiety or panic, especially if you're prone to panic attacks. This can stop a panic attack. Then we've got under the arm. So this is the armpit here. So we're talking about like a good, almost 2 hands down from the inner armpit. And that's on the side of the hand, the side of the body here. If you have any questions about this before we start, please drop a note in the chat. So across the hand, now my thing might be a bit too bright. Okay, there we go, that's a bit better. So across the wrist, and then we squeeze either side of the fingernail bed. So basically squeezing either side of the fingernail bed for each finger, and then we go back to the top of the head. Okay, so any questions before we start? Take a good gulp of water. Or herbal tea, some liquid. Joanne's starting to yawn already. Good point, Joanne. So when you start to shift and let go, because what this is doing is letting go, you may start to yawn, or you may burp. I tend to do the burping. And you could get a fit of giggles. You could feel hot or cold. Your body's just going to react how it wants to react. So just allow that to happen. Some people may need to shake. If you're starting to feel like you are visibly moving your body, just get up and allow your body to shake, because there's adrenaline in your body that wants to move out. Okay, so just allow yourself to feel what you feel, and just know that you're safe. You're in this moment now here with us. It's a safe space, and we're going to bring this energy down. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a round of tapping first on the Y, like the connections, And then we're going to tune in and stop, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so getting ready. So just start taking a breath. Big inhale, big exhale. You may not have taken a big breath like that yet today. I don't think I have. See, my body knows as soon as I do this, oh, she's doing the thing that helps me relax. So I start to release, I start to yawn. Okay. Even though I have this craving for this drink right now, and I have so you just repeat those words in your head or out loud. No one can hear. And there's so many reasons why I want this drink. It helps me relax. It helps me feel fun. Gives me confidence and energy. It helps me zone out and forget all my problems. And sometimes I use it when I'm bored. But I choose now to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. And even though I really, really want this drink, the smell of it is making me want it. We've been talking about it for so long now, and I still haven't been allowed to have a drink. It's calling to me. But I'm here doing this to change my relationship with this liquid. And I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. And even though a part of me has given some power away to alcohol, and I crave the feeling I get when I drink it, because I'm using it to soothe and console myself on some level. I choose to not have my power taken away anymore. And I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. Okay, so now we start the tapping on the head. Oh, I really want this drink. It smells so good. It reminds me of so many fun times I've had. It immediately makes me feel relaxed. I feel safe with this drink. I feel more me. I feel more confident. I love it when I'm out with friends and family. It helps me relax when I'm stressed and when I'm balancing a busy work-life schedule. It helps me when I'm bored. Gives me something more to do. Yeah, so just keep tapping on all the points and it will all start to send signals to the brain. Sometimes it makes me feel fun. It helps me to get on that dance floor, shake my tush. It helps me forget what's going on in my day-to-day. Brings me such comfort. It helps me feel calm. Sometimes I use it when I feel sorry for myself. And I use it to help me let go. To let go of things that are bothering me. Now you can tap as hard. I'm quite whacking myself here, but you can actually tap a lot more gently if you feel like it. I just realized I was like going gusto. All these different reasons for my drinking. A lot of it is out of habit. I have given myself permission to drink on certain nights. And so I do drink on those nights without question. It's mindless drinking. Sometimes I don't even know how much I've had. Sometimes I'm not keeping count. Sometimes it's hard to stop. Sometimes I'm not listening to my body. Sometimes I can't even remember conversations. Sometimes I'm not sure why I even drink at all. But this liquid calls me. I'm craving this drink right now. Just talking about it and thinking about it makes me want this drink. I really, really want this drink. For so many reasons. Alcohol has been a comfort blanket for me. I have used this in many situations to make me feel good. And my brain remembers how good it can feel, that first drink. And craving that dopamine hit. Craving feeling good. Okay, I want you to stop there. Take a drink. Have a breath in, releasing breath out. I want you to sniff your drink again. How does it smell? Lots of yawning. Excellent. Was I the only one burping? I hope some others were burping too. How much do you want this drink now? Has it changed? Has the smell changed? Have a connection in and let us know in the chat. Has anything changed? Has it got more intense? Nicola, it stinks now. Sometimes we can tap away the veneer, the gloss that is on these things, and we can smell them for what they really are. So I find that with chocolate, when we do it for chocolate craving. Yeah, and vinegar. Like now when I smell alcohol, I don't get any connection to the memories. I just smell the vinegar of it. Stronger smells definitely changed. Smells very strong now. The smell has changed. My whiskey is like nail polish remover. Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. Someone's got a headache. Okay. Drink lots of water. Drink, drink, drink. We're flushing away these connections. We're changing pathways in the mind. The more fluid, the better. Someone's feeling tired. Yeah. Yep, go get some more water, Joanne. Kind of smells a bit off. So we just did 5 to 7 minutes of tapping and something's changed for a lot of you. So anybody want the drink more? Or is it the same? Joanne, I got memories of being a party girl, felt a bit sad. Okay, That's something good to come back to. Any memories pop up? Anything surprising? Any surprising emotions? The more you share right now, the more I can include as we go forward, if that works for you. I'm just going to put my blanket on. I've got cold legs all of a sudden. Make sure that you're warm, everybody, and comfortable, because we're doing a lot of things that are changing the body. Someone's a bit teary, unsure why. Okay, very good. Just keep with it. A memory of being drunk and embarrassed at a bar. Yeah, okay, well done. Well done for connecting that. Smell of nail polish remover has different associations. Yeah. Yeah, it would have. Yeah, I think a lot of us are going to have the embarrassment of being drunk. You know, we haven't discussed that yet. That's definitely something that we will bring into this. Mine's more around hearing my mum say 5 o'clock somewhere in the world as her excuse when we couldn't wait to open 5 o'clock. Yes. Her excuse. So, you know, a lot of learned behavior, a lot of conditioning in that. Guilty. Yeah, okay. Someone says, I feel like I need a huge sleep. So feeling tired is actually a really positive sign that you are letting go, okay? If you can, stick with it, and then you will go and have a really great sleep. I promise. Well, I can't 100% guarantee, but usually people sleep really well after these sessions. Okay, so everybody's still good and ready to go again? We still got everybody on? Yeah, awesome. 27 of us. Baby toddler dependent, of course. Yeah. If you need to dip out, then dip out. Don't worry. Where are we going now? Okay. So connecting in again, the side of the hand. So even though I feel the anticipation of the drink, before I pour myself that glass, sometimes it makes me feel happier to know that I'm going to have this drink, that I know it's going to make me feel better. And sometimes I feel anxious when I can't have a drink or there's no drink in the house. But I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. So even though sometimes I feel anxious until I get that drink, and I overthink it and debate, should I have it? Should I not? My mind and heart are in conflict, but I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. Even though I sometimes feel desperate for the comfort that this drink is going to bring, I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. The anticipation of the drink, knowing that I'm going to relax a little, knowing that I'm getting a reward for my hard work, knowing that my stress might melt away, sometimes feeling giddier and happy that this drink is coming, excited that I might get more energy from this drink, excited about the night out and the evening that we're going to have, relieved that my comfort is on its way. Sometimes I feel anxious when I can't have a drink or when there's none in the house. Sometimes I feel guilty wanting the drink in the first place. I feel disgusted with myself because in my heart, I know I don't want this, but something in me is connected to this drink. I'm craving this drink for some reason, and my mind is telling me to have it. My mind wants the comfort and the soothing, but my heart and my body often don't. This inner battle inside me. I have so many memories of great times with alcohol, and I have equal amount of memories where I was drunk and embarrassed, where I said things I shouldn't have said, or maybe I've fallen over and made a show of myself, or I've done things I shouldn't have done. There is a conflict inside of me with alcohol. On one hand, it helps me. And on the other hand, it holds me back. Could have I enjoyed those nights out without getting as drunk? Do I need as much alcohol as I think I do? Do I really need the alcohol at all? Are there other better ways to soothe myself? Are there better ways to manage my stress? Maybe I'm really disconnected from what is going on in my body. Maybe I don't realize when I'm anxious. Maybe I don't realize when I'm stressed. Maybe that's kept from me. And all I know is I need a drink. Not why I need a drink. My body is feeling something, and my natural reaction is to want a drink because of conditioning, what I've seen in the past, and how glamorized drinking has become. It's just my default mode. It's just what I know. And if I don't understand myself, if I'm not connected to what I need and how I feel, then I'm gonna go for something that I know works and soothes me. It helps me feel relaxed and calm. It can make me feel chatty and uplifted. It can make me more open and emotional. It can make me more fun and vibrant. But it can also make me feel so guilty. Lots of shame in my body about my drinking habits. Sometimes the alcohol just takes my pain away. Sometimes it's just mindless drinking. It can even quieten my mind and stop the negative Nancy ego. It connects me to my old self when I was carefree, young, with no responsibilities. And maybe part of me craves that again. Having a family, being grown up, feels so responsible and heavy. And maybe sometimes I just don't want to have that responsibility. Maybe alcohol brings me back to those carefree times. But maybe the responsibility doesn't have to feel so heavy. And maybe I can have carefree, fun times without alcohol. Maybe I can let go of some of these connections that I'm holding, tying me in to alcohol. Because after I drink alcohol, I feel tired. I feel guilt, the heavy guilt in my body. I feel shame and blame. I feel like I've done something wrong. And I beat myself up about it. Makes me feel fed up. I'm worrying about what I've said and done because I can't remember. I feel tired and sluggish and so unhealthy. Makes me feel frustrated and angry that I've let myself down again. Perhaps I've embarrassed myself and I'm mortified. What are people going to say? Maybe I'm afraid of judgment, afraid of being judged for getting too drunk, afraid of being judged for not drinking. Maybe I feel like I can't win. I always say that I won't drink as much the next time. And then I do it again. I am the master of self-loathing. I told you so, says my brain. Makes me feel so anxious in my body. And my hangovers last for days, not hours. My body has changed. And maybe alcohol doesn't agree with it anymore. I eat so badly after a night out. And sometimes I even pick up a cigarette or something else because it feels good and it's habit. But then the smoking doesn't make me feel good either. So sometimes the hangover from alcohol and cigarettes is even worse. None of this makes me feel good long term. It's very short-lived, this hit of dopamine, because shortly after comes the regret and the fear. I don't know if I want to live with these emotions and thoughts anymore. I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want alcohol to have power over me. I feel like I've given my power away. But I have a choice. I can take responsibility. I can choose to let go of the need for this drink. I can be more aware of what I drink. Perhaps I can control my drinking a little bit more. Perhaps I need to stop altogether. Maybe I need a bit of a break to break the pattern of habit and the mindless drinking. And then maybe my relationship will change with alcohol. Maybe I can see that I don't need alcohol to have all these things that I crave. I want to feel less stressed. I want to feel happy. I want energy. I want less anxiety, less guilt and shame. I want to feel refreshed and uplifted naturally. I want to feel good about myself and my body. I want to be able to identify what's going on in my body. I want to connect to my body to understand what I'm feeling. I don't need alcohol to do any of that. I can choose a different way. I don't have to do what everyone else is doing. I can decide to do what I want for my body and not care what anyone else thinks. Let's just stop and tune in there because I need a drink. Sorry, I think somebody's off mute, if you don't mind. Or Nick, can you find the mute, everybody, please? Oh, I've got it there. Okay, how are we doing? Connect into ourselves and our bodies, connect into the drink, smell it. How much do we want that now? Do we want it? Are we even more turned off? More turned off. Yeah, someone says no thanks, don't want it. Smell has changed again. I don't feel like it's going to give me what I need. Yeah, excellent. Don't want it. So tired. Yeah. Someone says take it or leave it. It seems quite pointless to drink it. Yeah, I like that. Someone said, Grace said, I don't want it anymore. Physical craving feeling is gone. Feels pointless. Yeah, it's like when we disarm alcohol, dismantle it, break it down into what is it giving us? What is it not giving us? In fact, it's giving us way more negative than it is positive. And the long-term negative, oh, I'm burping again. The long-term negative is significant, really significant. Well done, Gus. Close to the want or need. That's brilliant. Susie, I've just taken a sip and it tastes horrible. Yeah, take a sip now. Have a little sip. What does it actually taste like? I'm on the herbal tea. So it's not spiked with vodka, I promise. Nick, you look like you're going to throw up. Grace, sour. Yeah, vinegar. Vinegar. Beer is awful. Tastes pungent. Have we dismantled the shine of the alcohol? Shit, says Claire. Do we have to taste it to be more effective? No, but it's kind of interesting for you to taste it, to see for you, has the connection changed? Then it's strong, tastes strong. Okay, Laura, yeah, you get that. Yeah, it's not right or wrong what you taste, but for you, is there a shift? Trisha, musty when it normally tastes so sweet. Yeah, very interesting. Now the liquid hasn't changed. What's changed is your opinion on it. How amazing is that? Yes, the ethanol, totally. Far too fizzy, G&T. How's the whiskey? Is it like drinking paint remover, nail remover? For Laura, it tastes the same. I definitely don't want it or need to drink it. Okay. That's good. Now, at the end of that there, I was kind of, Lou, whiskey tastes so strong. Yeah. I was getting to the idea of letting go of alcohol. So let's tune in now what is stopping us from having a circuit break? Okay, so this is not about giving up forever. But if I would say to you, okay, now I want you to take the next month off, 30 days or 3 months, what comes up? Let's see if we can take this further. Judgment from other people. Yeah. Social occasion and a mini break. Panic. Oh, you've planned nights out. Okay, yeah. Who says, so fear? What is the fear of? Hypothetically, can't we have a great night without alcohol? Do we all know that? So I've had 2.5 years of amazing nights out that I remember with no hangover, tiredness, bad eating, or guilt or shame the next day. Okay. Lots of birthdays, planned social occasion, plan nights out on birthdays. Judgment from others and peer pressure, fear of judgment. Fear of not being accepted. Having to chat to people on a night out sober, like being pregnant. Yeah. And you know what I found? Most people didn't even know that you're not drinking. They're too busy and focused on their own drinking and their own enjoyment of the night. And most people are sober curious. And you tell them about what you're up to, they'll be like, oh my God, yeah, I'm really interested in that. Hands down, you will have those conversations. Okay. Will others feel I'm not as fun? Yeah. Joanne, to that question, if you're thinking that, you're projecting it, that's what you will receive. Yeah. So if you think I'm as fun without alcohol as I am with, then that is the response you're going to get back. Yeah. So you have to shift your perspective to expect the same level of fun. Okay. I would change my approach, plan to leave earlier and go to bed earlier. Yeah. Great idea. Listening to drunk people when you're sober, yeah, it is terrible. Had a birthday last Saturday without a drink and actually had a better time than I would with. Brilliant, Gus. Yeah, totally. Doing Christmas, I have to say, doing Christmas without alcohol, Christmas would have been a very few alcohol-fueled week or so, was amazing, was an eye-opener because I was so present and grounded and I wasn't thinking, is it 12 o'clock yet? When can I have a drink? Etc., etc. Because it becomes a preoccupation as well. Okay, so they're lost. So what do you feel you would lose by not drinking on a night out? Okay, so we've got quite a few things there to tap on. I have to say that it was really the 2 to 3 month mark when I started to really see the benefits physically and energetically and with my intuition. So I didn't feel for me that a month was enough, but that was probably because of the amount of alcohol I was drinking in a week. But if you don't drink a lot anyway, then I'd say moving to 2 to 3 months of not drinking would be quite easy, and you will feel the benefits. Loss of confidence and comfort zone. Okay. Now, I'm not dictating or saying anything here. I'm just trying to raise within you, trigger you into what would hold you back from doing that if you wanted to do that. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to unearth another level deeper. Okay. So confidence and comfort zone. Okay. So let's do some tapping on that. So find that fear in your body. Find that panic, that judgment. So we're just going to do this once now because we're all really tuned in. So even though I feel panic in my body at the thought of not drinking for a while, I'm wondering what other people would think or say. How would my friends and family react to me not drinking? Will they think I'm boring and not as much fun? But really, do I want other people's opinions to hold me back from doing what I want to do? I'm going to look at this now, and I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself anyway. Okay. What would other people say? I'm afraid of stopping for fear of judgment. Would they think that I'm an alcoholic? Would they think I can't handle my booze? Would they think I'm a secret drinker? What would they think if I said I was taking a break? Will they think that I'm not fun? Will they stop inviting me out? Will I feel excluded? Will my confidence drop? Will I struggle in social situations? Will I get bored of drunk people? Loads of different reasons to not stop. But these reasons are all to do with other people. None of these reasons are about me. What if I can have a great time when I'm out without alcohol? I can save money. I can drive home. I can wake up fresh the next day. I won't need junk food to give me energy. I won't be missing out on the day with the family, trying to recover. What if I can have fun sober? What if I remember my nights out more? What if my friends are curious too? What if they don't feel good about their reliance on alcohol? But this is about me. This is about what I need and want from my body. Maybe I can have a little break. I don't want this drink right now. Maybe I won't want a drink on Friday night. Maybe I can use booze-free drinks for a little while to replace the taste that I crave. There's nothing wrong with having alcohol-free drinks. It might help me feel more relaxed with the placebo effect. Some people might not even realize I'm not drinking. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I'm enough just as I am. And if any of my friends judge me for this, then are they really my friends? Are they loving me or judging me? And if they're judging me, it might be a reflection on their own judgment. Me not drinking might trigger other people because they're not comfortable with their drinking. Maybe they are not brave enough to stop. Or maybe they're afraid of my judgment for them drinking. Everyone's too focused on everyone else. We should all be just doing what we want to do for ourselves. I take all my power back from this drink. And I take all my power back from all the other people associated with this drink. No one else's opinion matters. This is my life. And I am enough just as I am, whether I've had a drink or not. I choose me. I choose to love myself. So just stopping there. Done a lot of tapping, guys. I'm tired. I'm sure you're tired too. Let's just have a final little check-in, a final little chat. Drink some of that water. This is making me so thirsty tonight. Okay, how are we doing? How are we feeling? Did that resonate at the end? Do we feel a bit more confident about our own choices? And that could just be stopping at one drink. It could be taking more breaks in the week. It could be more of a circuit breaker that you feel you need. How are we feeling? Or has everyone gone to sleep? I'm tired. Yeah. Susie, so much resonated, especially around judgment from others. Good now, but scared how I may feel in the next few days about it. Okay, well, that just, you can always come back to this as well. If you feel you need to come back and do it. More positive to love and look after myself. Brilliant. Tired, but I know I am enough. Amazing. Really good, exhausted, but looking forward to the weekend. Very positive. Yeah. Excellent. Reminded that I can always go for non-alcoholic versions instead of boozy ones. Exactly. No one has to know. Wrecked. I know what I have to do. Well done. Amazing. Someone's more confident, someone more intrigued. Amazed the whiskey's still beside me. Good. Just wondered how many weekends I've had without alcohol and how weird that is. Really feels even more pointless. Yeah, that's really good to consider. I'm trying to hang on to this feeling, but I'm worried that it's just like those mornings when you feel strong and then it fades. Well, just let's see how it goes. There might be other underlying work that is required to break the deeper connection. Okay, so everyone has their own personal journey and personal story and experiences that tie into their current desires for alcohol and anything else in life. And so maybe a more bespoke session would be required in that case, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to finish up now. If anyone's got any questions about tapping or what we've done, please pop it in the chat. Horrified my fabulous whiskey is burning my insides. Yeah, that is exactly what it is doing. Oh, you might have to donate that whiskey to somebody else to burn their insides. Okay, so let this tapping settle. Drink lots of water. See how you feel in the next few days and the weekend. It's St. Patrick's Day for anybody that's Irish or remotely connected to Irish. And, the whole country and the whole world is going mad on alcohol. Thank you guys for showing up. So grateful to have you with us. let's see how your cravings are over the coming weeks or days even. If any memories come up, you know, they're good. Memories are gold for us EFT practitioners. We want them. They are a great place to start. Perhaps EFT might be a tool that you could use going forward to be more specific, to break those deeper connections, to fill in the hole. Remember going back to I'm enough, I'm worthy, I deserve everything I want from life. Giving yourself what you need. Perhaps something deeper is required there. And Alcohol Change UK are having a sober spring, so a little bit longer than a dry January. They are doing a circuit breaker. So I'm going to send some email info about that in the follow-up email, because people might decide, okay, let's give it a go. And they would be a really good place to kind of hold your hand through that. If there's any questions, do get in touch. I'm not taking on new clients at the moment, only members and existing clients, but my lovely trainees are available and will help people. If anybody fancies joining my membership, this is the kind of stuff we do every month. We pick a different topic, or we just see what comes up, and it's amazing. And we do loads of other cool stuff. So I will send links to that. If anybody fancies some training, I have some trainees here, and the training process is amazing for your own healing journey, even if you don't want to use it with anybody else. So yeah, loads of different ways you can access stuff. You can go onto YouTube and tap on various things as well for free. So yeah, that's great. Happy to chat to anybody if you have any questions. Joanne recommends the training. Thank you. Pamela, can you use the same for chocolate? Absolutely. Absolutely. You could use the questions that I sent you or that I added here. You could repeat this and be smelling the chocolate. And I swear you'll have a similar response. And I've done chocolate ones already as well, and they've been really successful. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. Thank you to my helpers, Nick, Joanne, and Grace. Lovely to have everybody with us. Thank you for nearly 2 hours of your time. What a great fundraiser. And yeah, hopefully everybody goes on to feel good. Remember, over the next few days, be very gentle with yourself, lots of self-love, compassion, and water. And if you have any questions, do email me. If you're worried about anything, whatever, you know, get in touch and then keep us posted. We'd love to hear how this supports you longer than the next few days. I want to know, like, in a couple of weeks' time, where you're at and how you're doing. So thank you again so much. Love to everybody. And yeah, see you all soon, maybe. Take care. Bye.